Good morning, everybody. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style. And I dreamed a dream I saw Les Mis. And I did.
How was it?
It was amazing. Oh my gosh. You don't even know. I'm so starstruck today because one of the stars of the show is here. And that's all I'm going to say for now. But you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you guys, Pope Joy puts on incredible shows. I grew up on Broadway. I mean, that's what I grew up with in New York. So, you know, I speak from experience going to Broadway shows every month of my life growing up and performing in musical theater. And so I'm telling you that, and you know, you've seen shows there. The productions are incredible and the talent in this show is astounding. I'm just going to say that much. Okay, so that's what I did last night. But I know what you did last night because this is pretty exciting. If you missed it, the Transit of Venus yesterday was amazing too.
Right, and we have a picture of it too, and you want to take a look at this because it's pretty cool. We're not going to see another one for 105 years, and there's a look at it projected there, that little tiny little speck, that little dot, that's Venus right there.
Wow.
Making its little traverse across the sun. So we had a lot of really cool pictures sent in, and a lot of people got out to watch it, got their special glasses out and to see it. And I have to say that I bet, and I said this earlier, I bet there are going to be a lot of people going to the eye doctor today, not because they burned their eyes like with the eclipse, but because you realize that, you know what, you need glasses because you're trying to find this tiny little spot
That's
up there.
Funny. That's
and you can't see it. I know, for me, I was like, oh, is that it?
Where did you see it?
I went and saw it over in the foothills. You just set up a little place over there. But, you know, it was just really tiny. But once I put the glasses on, I had to borrow glasses. But once I got those, I could see it. And it was really cool to see. So.
I hope everybody did what we said. I mean, we tried to advise everybody to protect their eyes. But that's actually a very good point. What?
And I was going to tell you, too, speaking of protecting your eyes. So I also had this idea to put that film strip, you know, the one that make up the glasses on the end of the telescope or through the little lens where you view it to see if you could see it. Not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
You know how like people burn the ants with a magnifier? It melted it in 2 seconds flat.
Are you serious?
Two strips.
It just melted away. Yeah. See, so that gives you an example of what it can do to your actual eyes. That's pretty scary. You, so. Okay, don't get burned. Don't get burned. But there's something that will never burn you. Disney.
No,
Disney never burns you.
Yeah, if your kids are fans of the Disney Channel, they'll soon be seeing less junk food commercials. So this is good news. The Walt Disney Company is announcing plans to require all products advertised on its child-focused TV channels, radio stations, and websites to follow a new set of nutritional standards.
Yeah, I mean, this is an effort to address concerns about entertainment's role in childhood obesity. Products like Capri Sun drinks and Kraft Lunchable meals will no longer be acceptable advertising material. Now, I mean, I don't know about you. I may not be little skinny mini, but I grew up, I watched plenty of junk food commercials. I think I'm all right. I mean, you know, I don't know. I think it's a matter of, you know, as a parent, you go to the grocery store, you're the one buying the food for the children.
Right.
So,
but, you know, kids, though, they will bug you. I want this, I want that. And when you see it on the commercial, you're like, that's what you want. Toys.
And I'm a little divided. I'm
too.
divided on it. I like those commercials. Let's ask a mom. Let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez with this morning's headlines. She has a 2.5-year-old, right, Elizabeth?
Yes, and bug you is an understatement, Kristen. Okay? Just wait until they say hamburger, 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 and they don't stop saying it for like minutes until you're finally like, okay, let's go through the drive-thru. So yeah, we'll see. I personally think it's a good step. It's a step in the right direction. You know? But yes, parents, you have a lot more control over that. Anyways, we have a lot to talk about this morning having to do with election results, so let's get right to it. There were a lot of big winners and very close races to talk about this morning, but the one that's really taking center stage this morning is the race for Congress. Michelle Lujan Grisham beat Eric Griego with 40% of the votes compared to 35%. The race went down to the wire. Even then, it was a bitter end. Supporters for both Lujan Grisham and State Senator Eric Griego stayed at their camps until nearly midnight. And this race really took an ugly turn early on as both launched nasty ad campaigns against each other. They spent the day trying to undo the damage and get those votes in. Despite that, though, Lujan Grisham is looking for Griego's support going into November, but I'm not sure she's really going to get it.
was really unfortunate what they decided to do in such a personal way, and so I think they're going to have some work to do to convince a lot of my supporters that they ought to work and so on.
I want all those supporters to know I do want to reach out. I want to unite the party. I really want to be that candidate that pulls all this messaging forward to a victory in November.
Michelle Lujan Grisham is telling us that she'll be focusing on job creation for the rest of her campaign. And it was a disappointing third-place finish for a candidate with tons of name recognition in the Duke City, former Mayor Martin Chavez.
I'm really proud of the campaign we've run. Well, we've had volunteers out all around town, days and days, knocking on doors. And of course, we'll see how the vote actually comes in. But I couldn't be prouder of the Chavez team.
Well, as I mentioned, he did come in third place. And, you know, going back to the race for Albuquerque's 1st congressional district, Democrat Michelle Lujan Grisham will now face former state legislator Janice Arnold Jones, who ran unopposed for the GOP nomination. Jones only raised a fraction of what each of the Democratic candidates raised, but she says she is not fazed by it.
You know, I'm not worried about it. You know, the money will come. What I have in the coffers are dedicated volunteers, hundreds of them, who understand that our nation is at risk and continuing to spend is not the answer.
And in the race for U.S. Senate, Heather Wilson and Martin Heinrich are both waking up winners this morning. For the Democrats, Heinrich and Hector Balderas spent a lot of money but stayed away from mudslinging. Heinrich was always the favorite to win and says he now knows the real race is on.
I think it's looking great. We're really excited about the opportunity. New Mexicans are excited about this race, and we're looking forward to putting our record up against Heather Wilson.
As he just said, Heinrich will face Republican Heather Wilson in November. She beat a businessman from Las Cruces who pretty much paid for his own campaign.
Congressman Heinrich has done things in Washington over the last 3 years that have taken the country in the wrong direction.
And in the 2nd congressional district, the Republican and Democratic candidates were both shoo-ins. Incumbent Republican Representative Steve Pierce faced no competition, and neither did Democrat Evelyn Madrid Earhart. She will face Pierce in November. And in District 3, incumbent Democratic businessman Ben Ray Lujan was unopposed, and on the Republican side, Jeff Byrd, a Tucumcari rancher, came out victorious. He defeated Fred Newton, who retired from the CIA, and he beat him 54% to 46%. Okay, turning now to the fire threat in the state. The wildfire near Jemez Springs is getting worse this morning. The Bear Springs fire has grown to 190 acres and is 0% contained. Officials are worried that it could threaten several historic Forest Services buildings and Pueblo cultural sites. Some of those sites are within just a few miles of the flames. Lightning started this fire on Sunday. And the state is reopening a historic town to visitors near the Gila Wilderness this morning, despite the fact that it's a massive wildfire and that it continues to burn there. The Whitewater Baldy Complex fire has burned more than 250,000 acres and is just 20% contained. Fire officials say the latest estimate is that it may take another month to actually start to put out. For now, it's not threatening any inhabited areas, and visitors again will be allowed back in the town of Mogollon later today. And that wraps it up for your Wednesday morning headlines. Be sure to catch Matt Morrow, Kristen Van Dyke, and me every weekday morning beginning at 4:30 a.m. on KRQE. Ladies, back to you on this busy Wednesday morning.
Thanks so much, Elizabeth. And as you know, on Wednesdays, we get a little gossip. It's officially time for that Hollywood buzz.
That's right. TMZ correspondent Gary Trock joins us from Los Angeles. Hey, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Hey. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, let's get right to it. The little people across Hollywood are rising up against the producers of Snow White and the Huntsman for casting tall people in the role of Snow White's dwarfs. So will this turn into a big problem for the film?
Yeah, I mean, it seems that there are a lot of, you know, little people out there that are very upset about it. We actually talked to the Little People of America who said that, you know, it's not right because in the movie Snow White and the Huntsman, they actually took, you know, like average-sized people and took their faces and digitally enhanced them on, you know, little people's bodies, and some of them they actually just morphed the bodies down to resemble a little person.
Wow.
And so the Little People of America are upset about that. They're saying, listen, you know, jobs for little people should be for little people. You know, it's like it's hard enough getting jobs in this business.
No doubt.
The fact that you take, you know, average-sized people and you know, shrink them down isn't fair, basically. We also talked to another theater group out in Los Angeles. They actually call themselves, you know, quote-unquote midgets. They, you know, they embrace that term themselves, and they said they're organizing a 100 midget march to Universal, the Universal offices, and they're going to protest outside. So things are definitely going to get heated with this movie. There are a lot of people upset.
I think that's really interesting. It's like what you said is so true. There are so few roles in the first place that give them the chance. There's a lot of great actors out there. I don't care, little people, tall people, whatever. They should have the opportunity just like anyone else before they're, you know, changed you know, I just don't think that's fair.
I see their point on that. Now, this is some bad news.
Yeah.
Sheryl Crow just announced she has a brain tumor, but the singer insists there's nothing to worry about. What have you guys at TMZ learned?
Yeah. So she, you know, she released a statement yesterday saying she had an MRI recently. She does have a brain tumor. She is saying it is benign. There is nothing to worry about. So, you know, obviously we wish her all the best. But it's kind of interesting because recently Cheryl's been performing a lot, and she's been messing up the lyrics to her songs. Just recently, we posted a video where she was singing one of her songs, and she messed up the lyrics, and she said, "I'm sorry, you know, my brain's, you know, gone too," and she, you know, used an expletive there. But she, you know, it's a little telling now that she probably knew, you know, the news back then, just wasn't ready to share it publicly yet. So, you know, she's battled breast cancer before, back in 2006, I believe. You know, she is a survivor, so she's a very strong woman. Hopefully she pulls through this. You know, we definitely wish her the best.
No kidding. She has definitely been through it, but like you said, a strong woman and a talented one at that. So we'll definitely wish her lots of health. Now, here's a totally different story. Amanda Bynes has officially been charged with DUI after her arrest back in April, and now she's reaching out to President Obama for help. Amanda actually tweeted, "Hey Barack Obama, I don't drink. Please fire the cop who arrested me. I don't hit and run." I mean, she may not drink, but clearly she's on something, don't you think? I mean, this is a little out there.
Yeah, there's you know, this is very odd behavior, and it's kind of sad that she is publicly not accepting responsibility for her actions and what she's done. But, you know, yeah, she did tweet to Barack Obama yesterday. I am praying and hope that he got the tweet, and I want him to tweet her back and just say, you know, take responsibility for what you do, you know, which would be awesome. But, you know, she has been charged, you know, with the count for DUI. It is a misdemeanor though, and so you know, basically the maximum that she faces is about 48 hours to up to 6 months in jail. So it's not going to be, you know, a extremely long sentence if she sees any jail time whatsoever because of the overcrowding. If she gets sentenced to jail at all, it'll probably just be for a few hours, unfortunately. But you know, we continue to see her out in Hollywood, you know, driving around, going to parties, all sorts of stuff. So, you know, hopefully she learns from this lesson, but something tells me she won't.
Yeah, she seems to be going the Lilo path a little bit. I don't like to see that. Because, you know, I hate that when childhood stars, you know, people that a lot of the little kids look up to and use as examples, it's really sad to see them going in that direction. So hopefully she'll turn it around before it's too late.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Gary. Great information as always, and we watch you every night. So we'll wish you a good weekend. We'll see you here on New Mexico Style next week.
Thanks. Take care.
Thanks so much.
And you can catch TMZ weeknights at 5:30 right here on Tucos Fox.
Okay, now speaking of Hollywood people, last week we actually chatted with actor Lou Diamond Phillips about Longmire, which is A&E's new original drama series that is actually shot in and around Santa Fe. Now, Longmire is a contemporary crime thriller that's based on the Walt Longmire mystery novels by best-selling author Craig Johnson, and it stars Robert Taylor, Katie Sackhoff, and Lou Diamond Phillips. And the premiere actually aired this past Sunday, and so we want to say a congratulations to the cast and crew, because Longmire scored the most viewers for any new series on cable TV this entire season. That's a huge accomplishment.
Oh, yeah, a lot of viewers. The premiere reached 4.1 million total, the best number for a first-year drama on cable this season, and Longmire will wrap up shooting first season episodes in about a month. So keep watching, and hopefully it'll be picked up for season 2.
Yeah, we definitely hope. You know, Breaking Bad's coming back soon, and there's, you know, so it's fun. It's so much fun to watch a TV show and see your home in the background, you know, and to know that's New Mexico, and it really is. So very exciting.
Okay, well, here's a frightening statistic. Did you know that over 2,000 children are reported missing every day in the United States?
Every day?
That's why parents don't want to miss Operation KidSafe's free digital fingerprint and photo safety program.
Yeah, you'll actually have 3 chances this week to have a child fingerprinted and photographed, and that information is given to the parent, which they can provide to law enforcement anywhere in the world to instantly aid in any investigation, which is nice to know. And tomorrow, parents can drop by Mark Mitsubishi, which is located at 5200 San Mateo Northeast. Go between noon and 6, and safety experts will be available with some more information. That's great. I mean, ultimately, what matters more than your child's safety? Nothing.
No, nothing at all. On Friday, you can drop by Mark's Casa Chevrolet, and on Saturday, Mark's Casa Chrysler Jeep Mitsubishi. And if you didn't get the information there, we'll remind you, of course, about each day's event, or you can log on to our website, casa.com, for all the details.
Definitely. And East meets West at the Oak Street Clinic, a holistic family practice clinic that offers both conventional and alternative medical services to patients of all ages.
Oak Street Clinic is a nurse-managed practice in urgent care that also offers acupuncture, Botox, Latisse, and Juvederm. The clinic is hosting an open house today from 5 to 8 at its Albuquerque office, located at 200 Oak Street Northeast, Suite 2. And so you'll have to check it out. There's information for you on the screen.
Definitely. That's a great thing. I know we're talking about parents. My mind was on parents. Parents and patients, same thing. Okay, now you can celebrate the Centennial at Hotel Andaluz and Nob Hill Bar and Grill. Love it there. Viewers can win a Centennial Summerfest Staycation, and that is courtesy of Casa, you're welcome, KRQE, and Galley Chevrolet. So you can register to win at Galley Chevrolet, Lomas, and University by Wednesday, June 13th. So that's only about, what is that, only like a week away, week and a half away. So get out and do it. I mean, hey, who doesn't want a staycation?
Yeah.
We love staycations. It gives you a chance to get away without the travel hassles.
Yeah, or spending so much money either.
Well, those who are traveling, though, I mean, are they going to have a rough ride, an easy ride? What's the deal with the weather this week?
It's very quiet now. We had a little bit, it was a little active earlier, but now we're back to the quiet, hot, dry weather, really, for Albuquerque.